Good morning, masters. So today we'll be doing meditation for 1 hour, and we'll be talking about the science and maths of nature a little bit. So let's start meditating. Everyone, clasp your hands, cross your legs, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Team can play the music. Is my voice clear? Yeah, okay, cool. So let me share my screen a bit and I will start the presentation. Okay, hope you all can see my screen. Okay. So first of all, apologies for my voice. I'm having a very sore throat. So nevertheless, we'll just go with the flow and we'll continue and see a little bit of maybe unorthodox things today regarding nature and our connection with nature and how it's all connected and all these things. So, first of all, one of the greatest myth that man is living in is that we are separate from nature. That's what most of the society or human beings think that they are completely different beings from society. But if you see the whole being and if you understand the connectedness, you can see that everything is interconnected. Um, Everything, like if you see the design of the nature, when the trees gives you oxygen, and in turn you give the carbon dioxide outside, and see how interconnected the design is and how intelligent the design is. So all these things, which are in front of our eyes, but now most of the humans don't recognize the importance of the nature, that it is one of the source of our survival or for our evolution or for our being, overall well-being also. And today I want to establish a scientific and a mathematical connection and tell you in a little bit of mathematical way how all these are things connected. So if you can see most of the nature, this is a Roman cauliflower. So you can see there is always a structure and a pattern in every part of nature. Everything you can see here is having some kind of structure, right? And even if you go to and see the sunflower, so everything is structurized. Everything is having its perfect structure. Nature is very, very perfect. And it's in ancient Sanskrit texts, these things regarding the structures is also mentioned in some of the Vedas. So where we can know that it's everything here is perfectly structurized and it is having a sequence. In the same way, if we go and compare it to the Fibonacci series in the mathematics, it gives the equation where all this structure can be clearly understood with a sequence. And this structure or this sequence can be found in many places, not just in here. You can see in terms of kind of storms, you can see the Fibonacci series applicable here. And you can see in, where can we find these patterns? You can see
the seed heads in the pine cones, the fruits, the vegetables, the flowers, the branches, storms, and even the human body itself is a pattern. So all these things, if we are able to understand that everything is structurized and in a sequence, everything is in a proper harmony. The design itself is a proper harmony. The design is so intelligent that we are not able to understand or decipher it. It is so very intelligent. And we take it for granted. And we think that the nature is here for working for us, and we destroy nature. We do not care about nature, and we do not care about animals. And we think because we don't know all this, that everything is so intelligently designed together. That's what we need to understand, and that's what we need to bring awareness among everyone. And we can see patterns everywhere. This is the Fibonacci model of sequencing, where we can find this pattern of Fibonacci in almost every part of nature and every part of the world. So it means that everything is structurized and sequentialized. And I will give you a little bit small depth about the Fibonacci sequence. And this is also regarding the Fibonacci triangles and the Fibonacci circles, where everything, if you go to the pyramids itself is having a Fibonacci triangle method, where everything in the pyramid is also a Fibonacci sequence. It's a complete structure. It's an intelligent structure. So even if you see the galaxies, the universe, if you see the galaxies, the Milky Way, and if you can, all of you might have seen this picture. Now, it is also a part of the pattern. From the cell inside you to the galaxy outside there, everything is in this pattern. Everything is so structurized. So all these things are so intelligently designed. That's what we need to understand. And one of the important pattern, that the most common pattern, is the Fibonacci pattern and the Fibonacci sequence. So I would like to elaborate a bit about this Fibonacci sequence. So this Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers that follow a unique integer sequence. So they are actually a mathematical pattern that can be found in all aspects of the life, and they can be seen everywhere. And you can see here, you can see every part of the world is connected with this common Fibonacci sequence. Everywhere you can see this sequence here, being applied and in the form of structure and creation. Even if you can see the womb where the baby is, the embryo is getting developed, you can see how the Fibonacci sequence is applied in developing the human baby. In the same way, in the shells, the flowers, in the plants, the storms, the galaxies, everywhere this Fibonacci sequence is applicable. And I will tell you how we decoded the Fibonacci sequence. So the sequence goes like this. Okay, a little bit technical, but it's very easy. So 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 24, and so on till infinity. So this is called the nature's secret code and the nature's universal rule. Now, just look at the pattern it creates, and you can instantly recognize how the sequence works in nature. And everything, there is an underlying grid. For every evolution, there is already a grid that is going to be evolved into a structure. And this grid contains all the mathematical and scientific formula of how it's going to be evolved. So as I said, these famous patterns are shown everywhere in nature. So as I said, this is the order till infinity, and the equation looks like this. I'm not going to go in details about the equation, but basically what it is, the number, any number, is the sum of the previous two numbers in the sequence. That's a very simple formula. We don't go with x n plus 2 and all these things. If you go with, take any number in the Fibonacci series, the previous number, the number is a combination of the last two numbers. So that's how it actually works. It starts with 0 and 1, and 0, 1 adds to 1, and 1 and 1 adds 2, 2 and 1 adds to 3. In the same way, it goes on till infinity. So it's a part of evolution. So it's part of unfolding a structure. It's a part of creating life. So it is so intelligently designed that we understand a very less about it. So this sequence is called the Fibonacci numbers or the Fibonacci sequence. And the ratio that each number has with the next number is 1.1 is to 1.618. And this frequency is called the golden ratio or the golden number. And this golden number can be found anywhere. It can be found in plants, it can be found in animals, even it can be found everywhere in the human body, human face, human DNA, in our human cells, everywhere. Everywhere it corresponds to the same things. So if you look at the human body, if you look at your mirror and if you observe yourself, we do have this 1, 2, 3, and 5 patterns starting with. Just generally we have one nose, we have 2 eyes, we have 3 segments of each limb, and we have 5 fingers. And this follows a sequence of structure. So the proportions and measurements of the human body can also be divided in terms of golden ratio. All our body comparing to each different organs can be compared, and ratio can be divided into 1 is to 1.618 with respect to the golden ratio. Even our DNA molecules, even they follow this ratio. The spiral follows this ratio. So all this is an intelligent design. So if you can see this, that the plants, animals, the humans, and the nature, everything is following a sequence of pattern of evolution. So we need, as a humans, we need to understand this as a nature and how we can apply it to our nature. So you can see in the art, you can see in the Da Vinci's art, and you can see in the architecture as I spoke about the golden triangles. And all this, you can see everywhere that there is a form of exact structure that is followed by our ancient people. Somehow they know this kind of knowledge way far, beyond us. Thousands of years back, they know. If most of you might have visited the pyramid of Egypt, and if you see the pyramid, it is so sequentially structured. Every detail, it's so picture perfect. And how come, people thousands of years ago could create something that is so perfect and that is so, very big, very huge? Because they understand this sequence, they understand this formula, and they use this formula and they created this. So they had all this knowledge. And now let's come back to the inner part of us. So now until now we have discussed about, what is this? I mean, the outer part of our body and outer part of our nature. And because we have an inner nature also. And our inner nature is also a pattern. The way we behave, the way we talk, the way we interact with people, all this also comes with the pattern. We evolve, our behavior evolves to patterns. The way we talk evolves to patterns. The way we interact with the world is also a pattern. Even when you are 0, that means when you are born, and when you learn 1, okay, and the next you learn 1 plus 0 and 1. And 1 plus 1, 2, you learn everything, and you evolve in a mentally also, you evolve in a sequence. You go to the world as a 0, and you evolve to the infinity with your mind with this sequence. And why is it important for us? Because apart from the external being, our internal patterns play a major role in our life. So how we perceive the world, and how we interact with the world, and how our life goes is also a pattern. And you can take some simple examples, like, some things reoccur for most of the people. So if one kind of condition or one kind of situation reoccurs at a certain intervals for certain individuals in their lifetime. If someone is getting some kind of a problem which is related to trust, and he gets this problem every now and then at certain points of time. So it's a pattern it's a mental pattern that's happening in his life. So everything we need to understand is a pattern that is going on from inside and outside us. Every world, all the world, the universe, inside, starting from your cell to the galaxy, everything is a pattern that is going on. So what we can do as a humans is, first we need to understand this concept of nature and understand that we are a part of nature and we are an extension of nature. And we have to respect nature and we have to show gratitude towards nature. And the second thing is, we as a humans have that ability to evolve beyond this pattern. We are the only beings in the universe, or maybe in the world, who can break these patterns and can evolve beyond our patterns. The average human being just follows with the flow and goes with the patterns. But humans do have the ability to break these patterns and go beyond these patterns. And that is where, the spirituality or the meditation comes in. So meditation helps us in breaking these old patterns and belief systems, the perceptions that we carry. Unlike other forms of nature, we are blessed, or we are the evolved human, we are the evolved beings, that we have this ability to follow the pattern or break the pattern and evolve beyond the pattern. So that is what we need to understand when we go deep into our mind through meditation. From the normal pattern is the gross level, where all the humans, most of their thoughts are in the gross level, which are all these thoughts evolve from the patterns, evolve from this program. And when we go meditation, we go to the subtle level. That's the first level, but we go down. So in the subtle level itself, we go a little bit deep, we will contemplate a little bit, and then we'll go to the next level, where we'll go to where we'll understand the consciousness, the oneness, I-ness. So unless you break this pattern of gross thoughts all the time and go to this I-ness, you will remain a part of this normal pattern, like all the animals and human beings, all the other human beings and plants and animals. But as a human being, you have an inner nature or inner power where you can break this pattern and evolve from this gross and go to this consciousness. So that's where we need to meditate, and we need to go into deep meditations, and and we can understand our own patterns. What am I? That first you will understand that. So when you understand more about yourself, then that's where you will have more clarity about your life, and you will understand what is going to come next based on your patterns. You will understand what will happen in your life. You can evolve to that maturity level. We all have that ability. We all have the ability to evolve to a place where we can understand what is going to happen next in our life based on the patterns, based on our patterns. So that is where the meditation or the spirituality pitches in. So that is the reason meditation is very, very important to connecting with your inner nature, which is your inner pattern. And that is why I request all of you who are watching this to practice meditation. Be with your nature, become your nature, the nature which you are born with as a zero. You need to go there, be your nature. And also on the outer level, connect with the nature around you, see everything in this pattern and nature. And from today, you will understand that everything is an intelligent design. You, along with everybody else and every part of the world, it's a design. And being a part of this beautiful design, you have the ability to evolve to the next level of design. So that's it from my side today. Thank you so much. If you have any questions regarding this, we would like to take some questions and we'll end up the session. Hope I'm not so much technical. I hope I was able to make you comprehend what this is all about.
Yes, a very unique thing which we got to know, the nature, uh, the science of nature, like the pattern which you showed is like very interesting. We never thought that, the universe has such creativity, and we human beings are still, trying to learn and research. Uh, we are still, doing research over it.
Right.
Thank you so much for this wonderful topic, Manish. Thank you, Mr. Thank you.
So, yeah, anyone has any kind of questions or regarding this?
Hi, honey. You can stop sharing the screen so that everyone can see you properly and ask you the questions.
Okay, okay.
Wonderful. Thank you, Hanish, for coming in, first of all. I have to tell something about Hanish. He's one of the founding members of S.W.A.G.G. And he is one of the very first S.W.A.G.G warriors. And he gives many ideas. And I remember the first time that we met, we instantly became siblings. So that's him. And there's another brother over here who joined, but he prefers to be anonymous, who is Harsha. You can see in one of the one of the persons in the participants, Harshavardhan KV. He remains to be behind the screen, so he doesn't want to be seen. So these both are, they instantly became my siblings. And they're always there whenever I need any help or any ideas that if I'm stuck somewhere, they're always there. So that is what I have to say about him. And we still are working together on something called as, in some projects. And that is what we have been doing. He was there since the beginning. And he conducts many science-related workshops in a place called Dwarka Tirumala, which is in Andhra Pradesh. He conducts rigorous scientific workshops. And Hanish, I don't want to say anything. I want everyone to listen from you as to what you're conducting, what you're doing over there.
Okay, thank you. Right now we are conducting 4 days residential workshops, free workshops in Telugu basically right now. And coming next, by the end of the year or by the middle of the next year, we'd also like to conduct free workshops in English regarding the science of spirituality. So we basically did a lot of research and we understood a lot of research from many different scientists or spiritual scientists who have been working from a very long time on meditation and spirituality. And now we have now able to bring all this knowledge into a place, and it's a 4-day transformational workshop which we're giving that for free. Right now it's in Telugu, so anyone who is a Telugu person can come to this workshop, and it's every month. The second Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. By second Thursday evening, they have to reach there, and everything is free food, free accommodation, everything is free provided by us. So Telugu people can join. It's completely in Telugu right now, and every batch we are doing around 50 to 60 people for one batch we are taking, and we are doing it. That is one thing, and we are looking forward to, once we complete most of the Telugu batches, then we are looking forward to start the English batches. So whenever we do an English batch, I will definitely recommend all of you to come and join us there. It's a very beautiful place in the midst of a forest, and there's a nice pyramid, and there's a nice accommodation, a nice place, super nature there. And so 4 days you will enjoy like anything, and a lot of scientific knowledge on it. Science and spirituality will be will be going there. So meditation which you are all are doing. Apart from that, you will learn the deep science about meditation, a lot of science about meditation. And if you, and there is my book available on Amazon and Flipkart also, called The Science of Improving Yourself Greatly, by Hanish Ramatla. So there is in the book also, you can see a compilation of scientific research on spirituality and meditation, and different modules of spirituality and the scientific research that has been done all over the world. We have compiled it into a book, and from that also you can learn many things. And if you are able to come to the workshop, and if you are able to come to our Spiritual Science Academy, actually, now Patriji around 2007 or 5, I guess, when he visited the place Dwarka Tirumala, which is a holy place where there is a temple shrine here in Andhra Pradesh. It's near to Elur. It's a 2-hour journey from Vijayawada Airport. So he said that there will be a spiritual university, spiritual science university, that will be coming up in the next 2 years. So at that point of time, we never had at least an idea or glimpse about what it is. But today, by the sequence of events that are going, as I said, it's a Fibonacci sequence. The sequence of events we are going, we have evolved from a small pyramid to a Spiritual Science Academy right now, and we are providing certified courses, free courses, 4-day residential courses for people. And progressing forward, we will want to become a Spiritual Science University, which will provide free certification courses, and maybe we will evolve further into a university and a college where there will be year-long programs where we will give a completely new knowledge with respect to research on science and spirituality.
Wonderful, wonderful. And do tell us about your experience, and when did you come into PSSM? Your journey, basically your journey, and what your relationship with Patri ji, what all you learned from him, and yeah.
So basically, I am into yoga and pranayama and this things from childhood, because my father used to do all these things. And at a point of age when I'm 8th or 7th, something like that, he started to do Siddhi Samadhi Yoga by Rishi Prabhakarji. So he, over a period of time, he became a Guruji, and he used to do Siddhi Samadhi Yoga classes. And he was trained by Rishi Prabhakarji to conduct these classes. So I used to go to these classes, and we have turned vegetarians. Initially, we were non-vegetarians, so we completely turned into vegetarians. So, and things are going on like this. But my father is the person who actually, who is actually Guru in Siddhi Samadhi Yoga. Suddenly, once he went to this Dhyana Chakra in Tirupati, and from that moment, he stopped being a Guruji. He used to wear kasha and all these things. He started leaving all these things and became a normal follower of Patriji. And I asked him, why suddenly a drastic change? And you are having a very high regard in the society as a Guruji here, and you wear normal clothes and you become a normal person, and you are saying you are nothing, and you are just following another Guru right now. And he said he has experienced something that he has never experienced in his life in the presence of Patriji during meditation. So he was able to see through his third eye what is going to happen next on the stage. Because it's the first time he went to there. He went there. It's in 2003, I guess, and he never met Patriji in person. He only just met him casually, but he was able to perceive clearly that he is dancing along with Patriji on the stage, and he couldn't believe it. He couldn't understand what is this. Is it a thought, or it's a dream, or what is it? He couldn't understand. But somehow he knows that everything is going to happen. What is going to happen next? And when he opened the eyes, whatever he perceived in his meditation happened sequentially. Whatever he perceived exactly, everything happened. He was able to pursue far beyond what is going to happen with his relationship with Patriji. So that is the reason he dropped all his old patterns and he started a new pattern of being with the master, of the great master Patriji. So and since then he started to travel all over Andhra Pradesh and used to share his knowledge through one-day workshops everywhere. So me being a in the education side, I was a little bit away from all these things. But after my I had a small accident in my engineering final year, where I was made to take bed rest for almost like 2 months. I had nothing to do. I lost complete interest. I was even a little bit depressed because I was staying on the bed all the time. So at the time, my father, along with few masters, every day they used to come and sit around my bed and used to do meditation. So my father used to tell me to do meditation, but I could not do that. So when, along with the masters, every day he used to come for 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening, they used to sit around my bed and they used to meditate for 1 hour. So of course, I don't have anything else to do. I can't do anything when they're doing meditation. So I forcefully started doing meditation. So when I started meditation for first 1 week, it's fine. For 10 days, it's good. After 10 days, I used to get a lot of experiences like receiving the energy. My third day getting open, perceiving things that are going to happen, understanding the world, understanding the I-ness, the consciousness. And I started gaining a lot of interest in reading books. And in the span of 3 months, I was able to read around 80 to 90 books of different masters. And that's how I started to evolve. So that's the place where my breakthrough has started. That's where my patterns got broken and the new patterns started building. So that is where I came into this pyramid spiritual societies, and that is when I connected with Patri. After 2 months, I was able to walk a little bit. So Patri came to our town, and my father slowly took me. I was not able to walk properly, but still he took me there. And Patri just saw into my eyes and just took hold of my hand. And my father told me that I had this. And there's a tremendous electrical energy that has flown into my body. It's like an electric shock. I didn't feel much, but my father, who is holding my hand, he felt that it was a current shock and he left his hand. So that is the tremendous amount of energy he just gave just by touching my hand. That is the first experience physically I had that has changed my perception about the laws of physics and the laws of how force and acceleration and all these things work. How energy changes its form from we have a physical view. Our energy E equal mc square. How energy is changed into different form through force or mass and acceleration. But without anything, all things, it just transferred his energy into my body. And this is what physics, normal physics cannot decipher. And this is where quantum physics has to be researched. Still, we are in the nascent stage where we can't understand these things. The scientists all over the world are working towards understanding this energy, this which is beyond normal physics, which is the quantum physics, which the most of the spiritual scientists or the physicists called as the quantum physics. Even Einstein calls it the physics which he doesn't understand. It's the quantum nature of everything. So this is how I entered into this meditation. So sorry, a little bit, I'm going into a little bit technical details there. Yeah, that's how it all started.
Wonderful experience, isn't it, my dear friends? So since the beginning itself, he had a very, very deep connection with Patri. And yeah, I mean, I remember the moment he wrote his book, he went to Patri. Sir, can you please correct my book? So he went to Patri, and I'm really not sure what happened, whether he corrected his book or not, but whatever guidance he needs, he used to go to Patri. So that is, I mean, I'm sure that every PSSM master does that. So yeah, thank you so much, Anish, for coming here and sharing your knowledge with all of us. And I would request you to conduct Zoom sessions if possible for the science programs that you're doing, so that everyone can attend over here. And they will attend if possible at Dwarka Tirumala when you're conducting the workshops. But this wisdom is much needed for everyone to understand spirituality in a scientific way, in a physics way. So for people who are logical minded or the concrete minded. They need to understand spirituality in a scientific way, so that they also come into meditation. They also, become vegetarians. They also understand about plants, about animals, and the numbers that you said. I'm very bad at numbers. I'm very bad at science. I'm really sorry. So the numbers that you said, I think everyone will understand if everyone is, in a bent on, has a scientific bent of mind. So they will definitely come and appreciate the work that you have done. And thank you so much for being here. I would like to request anyone who wants to speak to him to please unmute yourself and switch on your videos so that you can talk to this great spiritual scientist, as I call him.
Thank you so much. It was like a different world when you were explaining, and I was not able to take the word itself. The first time I have heard about Fibonacci, I am not able to. Yeah. So I was just thinking that I used to have a ring, and that stone was having that spiral figure what you had shown. So I got the name today of that particular shape, maybe from you. So now I can call not as in a spiral, but that particular formula. Now, I just wanted to, I was surprised, if we are counting that, so-and-so formula, why we cannot say, even we say in the same frame, this circle also, or maybe a triangle also, and why this particular formula only, apart from it. And also just one thing that you can start, as Parinitha said about the subject, you can start as in a engineering of spirituality, and we would love to join in.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
We already discussed in the presentation about the Fibonacci triangle and the Fibonacci circle also.
Okay.
If you want, I would like to share it again.
Yeah.
There is a Fibonacci triangle also. Even the pyramid follows the Fibonacci triangle. It's an isosceles triangle where there are both sides equal, and there is one side which is different. Okay, it's same as the Fibonacci sequence. Even the triangle follows the Fibonacci sequence.
Okay.
I'll just now show you an image of it. Just a second. So this is the triangle that I spoke about. Now, even the triangle follows the Fibonacci sequence. You can see here it started.
Yeah.
Even it starts there. Even the triangle, the pyramid also is the shape of the pyramid that we are using. This particular also follows this particular pattern.
Okay.
So even the circle also follows this Fibonacci pattern.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere it's a pattern, not just the spiral. Everywhere, even the pyramid, even that's what I showed. The art forms, the structures, all these things follow these patterns.
Okay.
So that's what this is the most common pattern. There are many other patterns. This is the Fibonacci is the most common pattern in every part of the world, including your body.
Okay. And is there any particular significance about this? Of course, now as you have shared about, so we know that this particular thing is in the existence. But does it have any significance related to the spirituality or the meditation? I understood the way you had said about the neurons. But is that any significance for this particular?
Actually, the research is going on. That's what. The research is people are not able to understand it because even this is mentioned in the Vedas also. The ancient Sanskrit text also has this mention here about these patterns, about life patterns, about nature's patterns. So it was mentioned in the Vedas, but we are not so far that we are able to understand it. We are just starting it, actually. Even I am trying to understand more about it. Many scientists are trying to research on it. We are in the basics of understanding the spiritual nature.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. And would love to join your further workshops in English.
Sure.
Yes, my dear friends, anyone would like to speak to Hanish? Please raise your hands and switch on your videos. Or else you can share any of your experiences in a scientific way. If you want to share something regarding science that you want to tell to people, you want to share with everyone. Yes, Sheila, please come on and share. Sheila is a dear friend from Pakistan.
Wow.
She's family.
Okay, great.
She's
great.
a PSSM family. So here we all love her a lot. She's a very, very dear darling, a sweetheart. And she instantly became a family member.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you very much, Parinitha Di, for this lovely introduction. I was just, I would like to share one experience, very recent experience of mine. And first I thought that maybe it's happening in my head. So in this moon meditation, when I was attending one of the, I think in Kartal, YouTube, with a YouTube, music meditation. I was sitting in meditation and a thought just came in that, oh, a thought like, okay, the first thing which happened, and I was sitting under the pyramid I had in my house. So first, some kind of noises, just sometimes when we are out of tune from the radio, that zzz kind of noises starts to come. So that noises were coming from the music, like a disconnection in the relay. And I was just wondering that this is phone and this is not radio, and even if the Wi-Fi is doing something, that kind of noise doesn't come. I don't know what it is and what's happening. It seems like some frequencies are matching, or some frequencies are clicking. And then what happened is that a fleeting thought came that I wanted to hear Patriji's X music, and and then suddenly that music started to play. I was attached to the Kartal pyramid music moon meditation, and then that music started to play from my phone. And my eyes were closed. I thought maybe they have changed the music, and then I went. Then a thought came. Okay, I did not. This time I did not attach or connect it to Pyramid Valley moon meditation. And then suddenly Shalini voice came from Pyramid Valley. So something strange happened, and by the time the time was over, and I opened my eyes, and my phone started from Kartal to Patriji's music, which is downloaded in my phone, to this live meditation happening, and Shalini was talking and introducing somebody, and I was amazed at what really happened. What was this, and how my mind said something and it's happening. The physical manifestation is happening through my phone, through some frequencies are matching. And before that, there's a constant noise, like, that as if the frequencies are coming in, and I was like, I at that time I just thought, okay, maybe something is happening in my head. So this is a very recent example. I don't know, some mathematical calculations were happening or what was happening. And I just wanted to share that. And yeah.
Nice experience, Sheila. It's nice to
Thank,
meet you here.
thank you. Thank you. So I was just wondering, Inesh, that does this happen, like, that when we are into that meditative state and all these experience, I'm sure all these experience have a mathematical understanding, and also so would you like to give us some little bit of idea that not my experience but of something of that sort happened, so how this mathematically, as you were telling, happened?
So even the great physicists like Einstein and Nicholas Tesla, they used to say one thing that, if you want to understand nature or the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration.
Hmm.
So whatever we are vibrating, everything is vibrating everything in the world is vibrating with a certain frequency, and the frequency is having a certain pattern, everything. So when I said patterns here, it is also a pattern moving ahead. It's a vibration, it's a frequency. So when we have a vibration match with something that we want, automatically it manifests. And that is one way of seeing it. And the another way of seeing it through spirituality is whatever that is going to happen or what is needed, that automatically comes to us. You are just resonating in the right frequency. And moreover, in terms of mind versus matter, we come to a place where we can use our mind to alter the matter around us. When you said you are able to understand the, change the sound music from the phone. So there are not just one way to understand. There are multiple ways to understand it. As I said, 3 ways to understand this. Automatically, it comes when your vibrational match. Okay, and you have your mind that can manipulate the matter, and we can go that far. We have seen many people, and again, it's not so, and it's very difficult to comprehend also, because if we have seen some people who can easily manifest and do certain things. On the other hand, when they want to manifest certain things, they couldn't do it also. So it's not like you can do everything. You cannot manifest everything. Suddenly now you got an idea that I has the ability to manifest the music that I want. Now, can I manifest an iPhone right now? You can't do that. Okay, it's not that. It's very difficult to understand why it doesn't work. And most of the scientists or spiritual scientists, I can say, understood that we can manifest what is in tune with our DNA and with our life's design, basically. And people who are not able to manifest are the people who are away from their life design, that we can't manifest easily. That experience which you have a design plan in you, you can easily manifest it when you are a vibrational match. The experiences which you want but are not in a proper sync with your life's design are difficult to manifest, even for a great meditator. That's one thing that we can understand. Yeah. Hope I give you the answer.
You can unmute yourself, Sheila. You had to say something.
You can unmute.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. It really makes sense. And it just made everything very clear. I understand the frequency and other vibrations, but there's something which you just said that, we can only manifest what is part of our design, not something else, And just to know that is so important. It's so important to know that this is a part of my design. And if I keep on attuning myself to the frequencies and resonating with them, it will happen. But there are other things which will not. And it doesn't mean that I'm lucky, unlucky, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And Sheila has been conducting many classes in Pakistan.
Wow. I would like to come Pakistan, and I would like to give my opinion on this science and all these things.
And she always says that we are all always welcome there. And we always say that Sheila is always welcome here. All our friends from Pakistan are always welcome here. We would love to have them all here in India, celebrating with all of us. But there are some technical issues for which we can't help because such is the world.
Yeah. And that really makes sense, because what Anesh is saying, so that is not a design plan in me right now to change the geopolitical situation of the visas. Yeah. But someday it will happen, on its own. Somebody's design plan will make it happen for us. Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Sheila,
Thank you.
making our day.
Oh, thank you. You always made our day, my day.
Wonderful. So yes, Santosh Gupta says we are all global citizens. Of course, we are global citizens. We are global pyramid masters. So anyone else would like to share or speak with Hanish? You can switch on your videos and unmute yourself. We will have one last 5 minutes. I think your presentation was pretty clear for everyone.
Hopefully.
Yes.
I was thinking a lot whether it would make any sense if it is a little bit technical and all these things. I was thinking that, but fine. I think hope you all understood about. It's very simple. I tried to make it as simple as possible. I don't want to make it as a formulas and all. Just the Fibonacci sequence. I want to make you to understand because that's what the science behind it.
Thank you so much. At least we got a seed. We got to know this is something also in this part of it, and at least we can also think about it and we can search about it and getting to know whoever is enthusiastic or inquisitive about it, and more giving the way these said about the logical minds. Even we do have in the family, so where we can make that a bridge between that analytical mind and the spiritual mind. So thank you so much.
Wonderful. So yeah, Hanish, you need to brace yourself and come out and share your wisdom and knowledge to all the people. So count me out because I don't understand science. I don't know whether I'll understand science in this lifetime, maybe next lifetime. So count me out of it. But I would love to ask you to share your science, your wisdom, your findings with all the people who are, as I said, have a scientific bent of mind. So we are all waiting for your Zoom sessions to happen, or maybe your residential programs to happen in English, both of them. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Thank you, Hanish. Any last messages for our audience today?
So I want anyone who is seeing this video, who is watching this, that many people have certain questions about why this is happening to me, why these things happen to me, or why there are certain things that most of us don't understand, even though we are doing meditation. There are many questions for us that why this happened. Only when you are doing meditation and when we are able to go to the level of I-ness, from the gross, subtle, and to the I-ness, you will be able to understand what is happening to you. You will understand your patterns. So rather than trying to find out the answer from the outside, I want everyone to go inside. For any answer, it is definitely inside. You can do, it's just a form of the pattern that is evolving outside. That's it. So just go inside through meditation and find your I-ness and find you who you are in your ultimate consciousness and your life design.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Hanish, for your wonderful last message. And yeah, we have learned a lot, isn't it, my dear friends, today? And we have been learning something new, something unique, something different from each and every speaker, and in a different aspect. And that is what, Sajjana Sangatya is. It is more and more listening, more and more listening. And yes, of course, sharing is also there, but we need to listen a lot. Patriji always used to give a lot of importance on listening. Talk less, listen more is what he used to say. And that is how we learn. That is how we learn. And even by sharing, we increase our knowledge because we listen to ourselves. So when we listen to ourselves also, we kind of reaffirm what we are thinking, what we are believing, what we are saying. So I think it's all a win-win situation, whether you speak or you listen, it's all there. So thank you so much, everyone. And Anita, you have anything to say on this regard?
I'll say I already shared, Akka, the topic which was very new to me, the pattern. I never thought that universe has such patterns, really, yeah, and how to understand that pattern, in our lives, which keeps on happening. So he gave a very good example that the answer is within us, and it's just the meditation through which we will get the answer. So yes, plenty of meditation for me, I think so at this moment. and for everyone, I believe, those who are not able to get the answers. So immense gratitude for his knowledge sharing. Thank you, Anishji, for coming
you,
here
Ritesh.
and sharing it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you. And by this, we come to the end of this day. And tomorrow we are going to meet another yet a unique person who will share their wisdom, their knowledge with all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hanish, for coming in again. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.